Radio.
Joined now by Treaty United senior women's manager Niall Connolly. Niall, we're 2 days out from the start of the Women's National League season. You're kicking off the season with a 2 p.m. kick-off away to Bohemians. There must be a real sense of excitement around the place tonight in your last training session before the big kick-off.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, good evening, Adrian. It's good to be on again. Yeah, look, there's a lot of excitement leading up to the game in 2 days. We've had a very productive and proactive pre-season, and we're really happy where the players are at in terms of their football communication, decision-making, execution and fitness. The staff and I are very pleased with what we've seen from the players, and look, the players are in a good state themselves, and we're just looking forward to getting the next 2 hours out of the way and just rock and roll for Saturday.
Yeah, the team last season at Treaty United had a great record against Bohemians. It'll probably count for little once the ball is kicked off on Saturday, I assume.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we're going to be both in different places this season. Like Sean is a really good coach. He's got a lot of experience, and I'm sure with his skill set and his staff, they're going to have Bohemians more equipped for their second season in Women's National League. So there's going to be a lot of challenges there, but we're very much looking forward to embracing them and please God overcoming them. And then with ourselves, we're looking to be we're going to be different from where we were last year as well. So it's going to be a very interesting game, I believe, on Saturday.
There's also the new League of Ireland TV streaming service this year for both codes in men's Premier and First Division, and obviously the Women's National League as well, which also falls under the Airtricity sponsorship as well this season. It's a great opportunity, Niall, for people to look at the women's game and get behind the women's game, and I suppose also a great opportunity for you as well to be able to maybe have a scout of opposition teams over the year as well.
Yeah, I know. First of all, I think what Mark Scanlon and the FA are doing with the League of Ireland is absolutely incredible. What they did for the Women's National League last season was brilliant, but they've upped it again this year. And that's the type of people we want involved. They're going to look to progress every year. The League of Ireland TV is excellent. I have my brother over in Australia. He's after getting all his friends have signed up, and so I think they're staying up late Saturday night to support us on. So in terms of connecting to the wider audience globally, it's a great tool.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of your playing squad, Niall, you've hung on, for the want of a better expression, to a lot of the players you had last season when you were also coaching with the team. It's familiar for them, I suppose. They'll all be familiar with each other. Will you have maybe a greater sense of expectation now on those players, considering they have a year under their belt at this level?
I think the players themselves will have their own expectation and standards that they want to achieve throughout the season. We're very happy with the squad we have assembled. As you said, Adrian, look, a number of the players were with us last season. But again, look, what we're looking to implement in terms of style of play is different. So for everyone, it's going to take time to trust the process and see it come to fruition, I suppose, as the season goes on. But we are very excited with the squad we have, Adrian. Look, we have a young squad. We're not going to deny that, but it's not going to be an excuse. We're going to be very much accountable and adaptable with everything we do. And we're just looking forward. We're going to be fresh, sharp, and ready to go now on Saturday.
I know that the senior men's manager Tommy Varrett says that maybe in the past he has set goals, and now he feels that maybe setting goals puts a limit on things. Are you a believer in setting goals, and have you set goals for the team this season, long or short term?
Well, what we've done as a group collectively, both with players and staff, and more so with players led it, was implementing a high performance culture in everything we do. So the players themselves put together a long-term, medium-term and short-term plans of what they want to achieve throughout the season, and we're now here to help support and guide them in achieving that. I think it's important to have goals and to have targets, so you have something to work towards and something to get up every morning, and we'll keep it internally for now, but look, we're all working really hard in terms of what the players want to achieve this season.
We have familiar surroundings here training wise to last season. Niall, you've got the University of Limerick top class facilities. You're also going to be playing home games at Jackman Park, which is a familiar surrounding for you as well. Happy with both of those decisions to stay in those venues?
Look, absolutely. First of all, you can see here at UL, it's an unbelievable facility, and I have to thank the board really. We're just so grateful that we have this facility. Like for the month of February, we were here 4 times a week. Obviously now with March with games, we're here 3 times a week plus a game day. So we're very fortunate to have the facility we have. In terms of Jackman Park, look, we were there towards the second half of last season. For me, I thought they were nothing but accommodating. Their hospitality was top class. In terms of the facilities with COVID-19, it's brilliant in terms of all them protocols. And look, the pitch is really good now as well. Look, it's obviously developed from last season. So we're just happy to be there in Jackman Park in the city centre of Limerick and representing the region proudly.
Yeah, you mentioned that you had a fairly productive pre-season. Obviously, you shipped a heavy defeat last week to Galway, and you had played Cork City. They were both two, what would you call, Tier 1 teams in last year's league in terms of the top and bottom split. You'd probably be happy enough to be playing sides of that ilk, like in that level, and it was obviously a worthwhile exercise in your opinion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, the results, they were what they were. We're not going to hide away from that. But I think what's very important as a group that we just focus in on controlling the controllables moving forward within the 4 functions of the game. And training this week, the response, the attitude has been really, really positive to see from everyone within the group.
Yeah, not only is it a young playing squad, Niall, you've got a young coaching staff between yourself and the rest of the coaching staff here tonight, but really eager, here well in advance of training. And as you said, I suppose you'll be looking to set that professional example for the players as well.
Yeah, I know. First of all, we can't ask the players what we can't do ourselves. Yes, we are young, but you know what? We're eager. We're going to be bold. We're going to be very brave in how we approach the game. Both the staff and players, I said it earlier, but we're buying into the long-term process of where we want to get to. But we're really looking forward to it. As you know, we're really just looking forward to being, I suppose, just showcasing our skill set as a collective.
Yeah, and it was great to see the club show faith in maybe not going around to what we call the managerial merry-go-round, which happens in a lot of leagues and a lot of levels. You have Craig Hurley there as well, managing the under-17s, and I kind of had a bit of a laugh with him at the time when I felt that you and him were very on the same wavelength, I thought, in terms of your approach in the long term and maybe in the short term. You'll obviously be looking to work with Craig closely as well in the year to maybe keep an eye on 17s, because last year obviously as well you had a lot of 17s players that came up to the senior ranks as well.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, we have to again give credit to the board. You know, I think for them it was a brave decision for them to appoint 2 younger coaches in their positions, so we're forever grateful. But like for me anyway, and Craig's saying, we're not taking it for granted. We're working hard each day because we need to be willing to work harder than everyone else. In terms of Craig, I've built up a really good rapport with him. Craig's been very helpful with everything we're doing off the pitch as well, in terms of player recruitment, player ID. He's been very productive. He's got a good knowledge of players within the area, and I'm just looking forward to when he and the 17s can get up and going as well, because I'm sure they're willing to put all their work effort in now on the pitch as well as off the pitch.
Yeah, and last season as well, the women's team, the senior women's team and the 17s were the flagship teams for the club. Now obviously you're expanding that massively in terms of looking to obviously get more underage women's team in the future. You've got the underage men's hopefully coming, or underage boys coming in as well, and you've got the senior men's team. There's great buzz around the club, I feel, at the moment, between player sponsorships, you've got social media interaction, which is massive. I mentioned that Matt Letizia was on wishing good luck to the whole club today as well, so it's reached out massively. There's been a really positive response, which is great, and it is very positive at the moment.
To be honest with you, Adrian, the energy just throughout the whole area has been phenomenal, and again, I think the board have to take a huge amount of credit for what's been done. I think getting the senior men's in was absolutely brilliant. It's great to see Tommy involved as well. Like Tommy, he has a lot of experience in the League of Ireland, obviously in his previous position as well, and he knows this area really well. You can see the work that he's done in the short time along with his staff, and pre-season for them, it's been hectic, but it's been very productive and proactive on the pitch. So I think for the Midwest region to have a main senior team along with a women's senior team and all the underages coming up together, I think it's only going to be positive for the region moving forward. And please God, we can continue the good work and be patient and trust the process.